Okay, so for this task we're going to rip some tracing paper so that way the edges are rough and your paper is uneven. So you cut a piece off first and then go ahead and rip your edges. Now what we're going to do is really fun. We have different inks here. These ones are drawing inks in the little bottles. What I want you to do is to draw things that you find in a landscape. So keep the ink flat on the table so it doesn't spill, and it has a stick in it. And for this one, you can draw with the stick. And then if it runs out of ink, just dip again, shake it off. This type. Now this type is great. You can use either of these two. And this one is a different one. It's not a stick, it's a pipette. So that way you can squeeze some ink into your tray. So if this one is available, you can squeeze a little bit of ink into your tray. And while I have it open, if no one else is using it, you can also try squeezing and drawing some more leaves. Here, there is also this. It's exactly the same as Chinese ink. And we're just going to squeeze a little bit into the tray, just a small amount. Enough that you can put a brush into it. This is a calligraphy brush. And what you can do here is practice doing leaves with a calligraphy brush. So to do a leaf, what I want you to practice is go from pressing light. Oops, oh, let me hold your paper so it doesn't slide. Light to heavy to light. And you can try lots of different directions, and don't worry if it doesn't work. Think of this as mark making. So we're not making a picture, we're actually making really cool, interesting marks. Now try tapping it. What if you just use the brush to create your marks? And let me show you here, we are actually going to glue stick it onto our textured painting, okay? And you can see there's something else we're going to be sticking onto our painting, and that is a mini painted canvas. So when you are done with your ink, we're going to put this aside, take this tray, wash the brush. This tray can go back on the sink and someone else who wants some ink can use your ink. And you can do it in the finger painting style with the acrylics. That's how I did this one. This one is finger painted. And then I used a paintbrush to do my foreground. Okay, so small paintbrush for the foreground, my finger for everything else. If you prefer to do it with a paintbrush, that's totally fine. Couple little tips, if you're trying to be realistic, then make your colors a little bit warmer at the front, and as it goes back it gets a little cooler and lighter, and that will give you some distance. And then by putting in some trees, some leaves, some grass or flowers or a hill or a rock, that will give you a foreground.